Chapter 2. How the Brain Works, the Science of Frame Control. To comprehend the frame control technique, we need to dig deeper into the science behind it. To do that, we need to understand how your brain works as it processes information. The three cognitive layers of your brain. All the information you receive from the outside world goes to the brain for processing. To understand the dynamics of your consciousness, as well as the dynamics of the various situations you experience daily, you need basic comprehension of the structure of your brain. To help the world understand these dynamics, Paul D. MacLean, popular American neuroscientist, came up with the idea of a threefold or triune brain. The triune brain states, quote, "The human brain is generally composed of three different complexes, also known as three smaller brains, that operate interdependently and have created many interconnections through which it provides us with the basic functions essential for human expression and survival." End quote. These three smaller brains are Neocortex, Midbrain, limbic system, and the reptile brain. Let's get a better understanding of these layers. Neocortex, the first layer. The neocortex, also referred to as the neopallium or new mantle, or isocortex, equal rind, is an important layer of your brain and part of the forebrain. It's the largest portion of your brain's cerebral cortex. It makes up around 76% of your brain. It encompasses the two cerebral hemispheres. The isocortex has 6 layers that have amazing learning abilities. The neocortex is the topmost layer of the two cerebral hemispheres, and it's around 2 millimeters to 4 millimeters thick. Also known as the what layer, the neocortex is in charge of receiving different types of information. Its second layer receives different inputs and stimuli from the different parts of the neocortex. Its third layer receives information and signals from the different cortical regions of the brain, and the fourth layer is responsible for receiving sensory input from its adjacent cortical parts. Since it receives different sorts of inputs and information, it's known as the what layer because it helps the brain determine the type of information it receives. For instance, when you face a frightening situation, the neocortex helps you understand the current situation is fearful. If you eat a pineapple, this particular part is what helps you understand you're eating a juicy pineapple. Additionally, this part of the brain is in charge of other higher functions like sensory perception, spatial reasoning, generating motor commands, language, and conscious thought. Midbrain, the second layer. The limbic system, another important part of your brain, lies in the middle of the neocortex and the reptile brain, which is why it's also known as the midbrain. Your midbrain acts as the information superhighway and connects the forebrain to the hindbrain. It allows the brain to integrate different pieces of sensory information from your ears and eyes with your different muscular movements. This allows your body to make different fine and precise adjustments to your body movements. The midbrain is also called the mammal brain because it developed after the reptile brain, comprised of the hypothalamus, amygdala, and hippocampus. Your limbic system, or midbrain, generates and regulates the flow of different chemicals and the interactions they produce to form your emotions. Emotion is a trait reptiles and lower animals cannot experience. The different emotions you experience, such as joy, anger, empathy, sadness, and envy, are products of your limbic system. Your midbrain serves as a buffer between your actions and thoughts because your emotions are what produce different feelings within your body and make you aware of how your actions influence others. This explains why your midbrain is known as the how layer of the brain. Without your limbic system, you wouldn't have the ability to experience any empathy or feelings for anyone, and you'd be incapable of reeling in destructive and damaging tendencies as well as actions you feel and carry out. Imagine you just found out you failed your mathematics exam. The moment your brain comprehends the what linked with this situation, you feel sad and depressed. Your midbrain goes into action and helps you understand how you feel and how different emotions erupt inside you. Reptile brain, the third layer. Your hindbrain or reptile brain is the deepest and oldest level of our cognitive function.